it's going to be kind of hard to follow that. Everything he said, you already know I'm pretty well educated in, and I agree with pretty much all of it. I do believe that this government is headed in a general direction of total control, and if we as citizens don't stand up and speak, no matter what they label us, no matter how they decide to come after us, if we don't, wake up and say something about it, it's pretty much curtains for us. So I would, I would strongly suggest that people keep continuing with tea parties and, being active in those types of movements with nonviolence, obviously, and just see where it takes us,
Definitely. Well, hey, let's get back to Dominic. I definitely agree with that. Nonviolence is the best way. Dominic, did you have any more stories for us?
Yeah, going further on the satanic New World Order agenda, Father Malachi Martin, who once was a Vatican exorcist who left the church and said the devil was in the church. It's been a lot of bad news for the Vatican in the last week or two. Sex abuse scandals in the Roman Catholic Church are proof that the devil is at work inside the Vatican, according to the Holy See's chief exorcist, and that's Father Gabriel Amorth. He added, when one speaks of the smoke of Satan, which is a phrase that was coined by Pope Paul VI in 72 in the Holy Rooms, it's all true, including these latest stories of violence and pedophilia. And there's been, a lot, as we know here, there was an epidemic with child abuse by the Vatican Church, and there was a scandal that broke that went all the way up to the Pope's brother now, just recently this week. A couple other things I just want to glance by in closing. Dennis Kucinich had offered a resolution to withdraw all the troops from Afghanistan by the end of the year. Of course, the House knocked that down. The Obama appointee for the Ninth Circuit, his nominee says the Constitution must adapt to changes in the world, and that's Goodwin Lewis. So you can understand why Obama would pick this guy. He thinks that the Constitution needs to be rewritten at times. Something that I thought Paranoid would have appreciated. In Indianapolis, a lot of people are declaring themselves sovereign citizens, and they're saying their houses are embassies, and they're using this to get out of get rid of their Social Security numbers and stop paying taxes on their property and get out of the federal tax system. And in closing, there's an episode of South Park. I think it might have aired tonight. Eric Cartman goes in and he signs out a bunch of AK-47s. Small kid just walks in and he gets a bunch of 500 AK-47s from the government. And what's funny about that, or I guess what I should say isn't funny about that, there was a thing in the Washington Independent that said employees of the CIA-connected private security corporation Blackwater diverted hundreds of weapons, including more than 500 AK-47 assault rifles from U.S. weapons bunker in Afghanistan that was intended to equip Afghan policemen. And when they would go in there to get these guns, they would actually sign them out with the names of, like, South Park characters. Like, I'm Eric Cartman here, give me 500 AK-47s. So if you wonder how guns end up in the black market in Afghanistan and in the hands of the enemy, most likely that would be the way. I guess that about covers it for me. I want to give a shout-out to my friend Killtown, who's tuning in and checking out the show tonight. So what up, Killtown? I'll catch you all next week. Hit me up on my MySpace. Check the blog out. The stories are all there, myspace.com/Reichstag911. Peace.
All right. Peace, man. We appreciate the report, as always. I did want to talk a little bit more about the satanic goings-on in the Catholic Church. Maybe we'll do that, talk a little bit more about that next week or something. But that was interesting. I wanted to get into that. But